What's up, guys? I hope you guys enjoyed the promo because this wasn't just a random thing, but I think it's meant to happen.
Absolutely.
You know, and interview 104, Brenden Mahon. Let's go!
Oh,
hey,
boy.
listen. This man is a legend already, and I'm excited because if you guys don't know, especially in Charleston, I know you've seen the highlight reel. This man has someone on the ground literally just shaking. Yes, I'm talking about the PowerSlap striker, the one and only, the whole, listen. I'm excited. How you been, bro?
I'm good, man. I am changing my stars, my guy.
Yeah.
You know, one step at a time. It's good to be home, though.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of traveling, a lot of working, and now that PowerSlap's in my life, man, I'm back home to make this dream happen.
Yeah, and before all that, you know, because I bet you, as much as I'm curious, and even my homie Frank and Bubby, like, I know you guys are too, but, bro, where are you from?
So I'm from Oakley Road, off of Moncks Corner, Old 52. I graduated from Berkeley High, 2010. I'm just a good old, you know, Moncks Corner, Charleston, Southern grown man.
Okay.
Like to stay local, so that's why it's good to be back home.
So I wanted to ask, because some people would be surprised where you're from, especially being on the main stage of PowerSlap. You know, that's a big, you know, like, dang, what does he represent? So what do you remember the most growing up in Moncks Corner? Sorry.
So my dad sang and played a lot of live country music here in Charleston, so that's been a family thing.
But did you play any sports or anything like that growing
Yeah, so
up?
I played soccer in high school. My freshman year I played varsity soccer, but we had a dirt bike track behind my house that my dad built. So I would get off the bus instead of doing the football thing and all of that, and I would go race dirt bikes.
Wow. Did you get, like, I want to say injured, but like anything
Oh, yeah.
crazy that kind of like messed you up?
I got ran over one time.
By a four-wheeler?
No, so it was a dirt bike, motocross
Okay.
or whatnot. But me and this dude was racing. I'm talking like highlight reel next to handlebar to handlebar, and we just like caught handlebars. And then the dude behind me ran me over, broke my leg.
Wow.
Yeah, that was.
So did that affect
was
you at that
intense.
age? Because I mean, you can't really do much, and you're not allowed to go to school, right?
Oh no, I
Because you're
definitely went to
messed up.
school when I was in high school, so I had to crutch up all the
No
stairs
way.
and stuff. Yeah, it was terrible. But I mean, at 13 years old on a dirt bike, you're
doing whatever.
Let's go,
That's cool.
man.
It sounds like you were adventurous at that age.
I loved playing guitars, hanging with friends, bonfires and stuff like that. And then I ended up starting to dream on my future, and I started getting out into the world and deciding what I wanted to do, which has led me all over the place.
Right.
And
Did you? What kind of jobs were you working in high school? Did you get a job in high school?
Oh yeah, I definitely had.
What was your first job?
I worked at Little Caesars, my guy.
Wow.
Right here in Moncks Corner.
Wow.
Yeah, behind the CVS.
What was? Did you learn anything working there? Because I mean, it's
Yeah,
definitely
that I love
different.
cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Like Ninja Turtle style.
What's your favorite Ninja Turtle? I gotta ask you.
Oh, Donatello.
Donatello. All right.
Yeah.
Mine's Raphael. But I think it's only because I just love Ninja Turtles. So you know, after high school, you graduated, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that? What were you doing after high school?
So out of high school, I ended up going into the military or whatnot, but I didn't do that right away. I worked at like Cracker Barrel. I had one more little serving job or this and that, and then my life started to take different kinds of turns as far as like going through things. So right after high school, I had a special needs little sister that ended up passing away or whatnot. So my journey into the Air Force was short-lived by her passing away and coming home and all of that. And then I started my MMA journey. And jiu-jitsu is what pulled me out of that, and it saved my life and got me all the way here, my guy.
So you were doing military and jiu-jitsu at the same time?
So I mean, I got back from the military, had the sister thing happen, and that's what delved me into the mixed martial arts.
Okay. Can you tell us like what was the mix of like the military experience the short time that you were doing it?
Oh man, so I mean, only being in for the 6 months and dealing with my sister passing away and all of that stuff, I didn't have quite the experience everybody else had, but I would never trade it for a day in the world. That basic training puts a head on your shoulders, and it kind of shows you limits what the body can do and stuff like that, and it just gives you a different way of thinking about some things and how you approach some situations. So grateful.
Would you say
for
that has saved like not just your mental, but just being able to actually say like you're on the PowerSlap and stuff like that? Like, do you think the military saved you?
So the military isn't what saved me. The martial arts is what saved me.
Okay.
The military happened before the damage and stuff with my sister.
What made MMA save you? What are ways? Is it just the combat of doing it, or like?
So it's more so what it does for your mind. You know, the being an athlete and the being on the grind every day, this and that. It gives you like a chessboard, you know, kind of thought process as to where dealing with pain and all of that with her and being sad and stuff, I got to go in here and focus and train and put it to somewhere that, you know, would eventually lead me down to this road. And that was way better at the time, you know what I mean, than anything else I could have been doing to come out of there, you know. And coming in now to this PowerSlap and getting my life put on, you know, somewhat of a blast for the world, you know, I don't knock it, and I'm having to talk about it a lot and deal with it. You know, so PowerSlap is saving me again. The same way Jiu-Jitsu saved me the first time, you know, right before PowerSlap.
Did you imagine that, like, in high school and stuff like that, that you would ever be on the main stage of doing PowerSlap and stuff?
So I think the people that make it anywhere in life have always known that they were, like, either different or they didn't fit there, they just were born to have something else. I just could never figure out why or how. You know what I mean? And now, like, listening back to my entire story, like, you know, my sister passing and then martial arts saving my life, and then life got rocky for me again, and then PowerSlap just resaved my life almost again. You know, it's mind-blowing.
How's your family been taking it, like, since it's all been happening? Because, you know, they're the backbone of everything we kind of do, even if we feel like it's not, you know, but do they support the whole transition? Because that's different. You were going from working a job to now doing PowerSlap,
yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, of course, my dad's all for it, you know, and
he's probably like, there goes my boy right there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I know any dad that wouldn't be proud, you know, of a combat sport, you know, and having some success in it.
I mean, I feel like now since PowerSlap is new, it's like, this is a question that is new. Do you think that, like, you being kind of, were you hit as a kid? And that, we don't have to talk about it. I was, you know, I had the snake belt against my butt like 8 times, you know what I mean? But we don't, you know?
No, yeah, no,
PowerSlap,
hands down, absolutely. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, life's definitely given me, man, I've been fighting for a long time, my guy, you know what I mean? I was disciplined correctly, I wasn't, like, abused or anything like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to bring it up like that.
No,
you know.
but I mean, I was a scrappy kid with issues, man, and I'm still that scrappy dude, you know, and that's what's led to this career, but, I mean, fighting's just been a lot of my life, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I've learned to take hits. I mean, I've worked security. I've been hit with things, you know what I mean? So everything just kind of led me down to this road. It all kind of just puzzle pieced itself together, my man.
Yeah, and you said you were just in Oregon doing a job. What is it that you were doing in particular?
So, after my sister and all of that in the martial arts, I learned how to weld, okay? And my whole family does it, you know, pipe fitters, welders, that's how... my dad and them brought us up and gave us, you know, some traits to make money or whatnot. So if I was going to be blue collar, I wanted to make it to that top tier blue collar. So I just practiced, and then I got nuclear x-ray certified to go build submarines and aircraft carriers and stuff.
Is that something you were interested in doing it, or was it just something because of money?
Well, so no, I mean, money doesn't play a whole big factor in my life, man. I'm not that kind of guy, but the fact of taking yourself from what people's probably opinions are of just being a welder and a blue collar, you know, honky tonk kind of guy to that top tier of, you know, puzzle piecing and helping build America, you know.
Future champion.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, man. That's a whole life change, bro. I know that we kind of grasped on it earlier, but how do you go about balancing all of it, especially talking about things that you can't really talk about? Because, you know, you're in something that, like, a lot of people have never seen. It's new.
Right.
If you guys don't know by now, please go check out my dog right here. He definitely slapped the brakes off my dog, you know, and it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot, you know. It's definitely made my head spin. I haven't had, like, a lot of media training or, you know, promoters and stuff like that, so to get in front of cameras and stuff is definitely really cool.
How do you balance it though?
I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
It's new, you know,
and it's its own little puzzle pieces, every part of it, you know, to being on camera, learning how to talk, learning, you know, the business aspects of it and stuff. So it's been a lot to juggle, but it's working itself out. The people that are meant to be in your life are going to end up there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So
imagine being on a video game for the first PowerSlap. Wow.
Oh, man.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
That's insane, dude.
Even just on the app, a phone app and stuff like
Absolutely.
that would be insane. So, you know, we'll dig into your whole career of doing PowerSlap and how you started. I kind of wanted people to get the backdrop of who you are.
Right.
Who, you know what I mean? Just the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, bro.
Let's go.
Why do you want to slap people, bro?
Well, because
I've been waiting to say that. But what do you get the enjoyment out of slapping somebody?
So it's not necessarily like I don't mind smacking somebody. This is just my way out. You know what I mean? This is what I found that I'm actually born for. You find something in your lane that you're born for, it cannot be stopped, my guy. You know what I mean? That's why you hear me talk about some future lightweight champion of the world. It's coming. It's coming. I want to make history in a sport.
You're hungry.
Something that makes you that motivated that you know you can't fail at. That's what I enjoy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Every piece of my life fitting into this, that's what PowerSlap gave me.
So like, you know, I've heard the commentator on your debut talking about your hands. Like, how do you go about that? Like, is that something you just felt like, you know, Thanos or something?
My entire life, man, my hands have just been so big, like they didn't fit on my body. But like I said, PowerSlap, I'm literally born for this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so how'd you practice before your debut? Because you were new to it, you were just brought into it. Did you just like go out to a bar and go fight some people? Or like, what was
No, I definitely had to give that up quite a few years ago if I could help it.
What'd you do before the first fight?
So I did my studies on it, you know, figuring out the rules, how everything worked. You know, I watched all the seasons. Y'all go catch it on Rumble. And just figured out like the technical parts of it, you know, the momentum, not picking up your feet and all those kinds of things. The physical and the violent part of it, that was already bred into me.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, or not self-explanatory, but like I feel like at that point it's just like push-ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
in order to get that slap.
It's a lot of kettlebells and stuff like that, you know, for your training regimen, like getting that, learning how to displace your weight without getting penalties and stuff like that.
What do you do to work? Like, what's the daily like when you wake up? And
so it's a lot of running. It's a lot of cardio. It's a lot of not necessarily like bulking weight training. You know what I mean? So then there's jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and stuff. You stay active in combat sports to be in this combat sport as well, just because of what it does for you mentally. But I mean, it's just the same pretty much. I've got the dummy Steve or whatever. I like to smack him around. Yeah. You know, so you work on hand placement and stuff like that.
What about like the whole eating aspect? Do you feel like you have to? Because I mean, this is new. I know I keep saying this, but it's like not anybody's going to understand what we're talking about because they haven't seen it yet. And in about 5 years, you're going to have kids just practicing on little tree barks, you know?
Absolutely.
I honestly see it. Like, I think I'm not against the whole sport. How are you about it? Like, did you feel like it's something that you were like, wow, this is dope? Like,
because it absolutely gave me the chance to change my stars, man. You know what I mean? And that's like you asked what I wanted from it. Somebody's good at something because they practiced. Somebody's amazing at something because they loved it. You're phenomenal at something if you're born for it. And I was born for PowerSlap.
Right. So how did you feel whenever you got hit the first time during your first fight? Like, what was your thoughts after you kind of got hit? Is it just like a blackout moment or was it like
No, so I was you know, so he rocked me really good. Had a great slap on him, no taking it from him. Like
we talked about it off air. It's like it's an open strike. Like it's an open So I mean
and no combat sport has that, you know what I mean? So of course it's dangerous and it's like it's some of the most manning up I've ever had to do, but that's part of my story. You know, if I'd have never went through that with my sister and losing her, like I stand up on there that stage. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care.
You're like, just slap me. But what you didn't, you know? I don't think we said it, but what were you thinking? But whenever you got slapped, like, what was your thoughts?
I was just in overdrive. I mean, even on the video, like, I mean, I was definitely rocked, but you see me get back up, like I'm ready.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
you weren't wobbling or nothing.
We're about to fight again, like, you know what I mean? And then I snapped out of that, and I was like, oh yeah, this is PowerSlap. You know what I mean? Like, not a bar fight. It's not an MMA fight. You know what I mean? So I had a really good coach. Shout out to Manny. And got back over to my corner and he's like, dude, you ate that. You know what I mean? Like, good job. And then I just went back and I hit overdrive, dude.
So whenever you were going to hit him, did you feel like that one knockout was the knockout? Obviously, every one that you do is like, you know, powerful. Right. But did you feel anything? Like any like, dang, I know I'm about to knock him out.
And I think strategically wise, like, so after I hit him the first time, you can see he like turns around immediately. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's that fight or flight. So in my mind on stage, I registered, okay, now use the same hand they give you you could pick your hand right or left.
But you did too.
So I sped it up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I did right on two, and I just knew it was loud. It's loud in person.
I thought your first one was crazy, but that second one, I felt the power.
Yeah. So when I blinked, the refs blinked, and by the time I like unblinked or whatever, he's like locked up on the way to the ground. And I see the bar never left his hands, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah,
that's insane. So like, what was, and I'm only going like step by step. What were you thinking when you saw his leg shake? Were you able to like process that in the moment?
Man, that was
your adrenaline
huge moment, dude, of my life. Everything just kind of surreal right there. I was like, this just happened. Like, we
Dana,
really
where
flew
you
out
at?
here. We really handled this
next one,
business. Like, let's
you gotta
go.
jump up on the stage and call out Dana White.
No,
You gotta do it, bro.
Oh no, that man trains too. He's athletic. I bet his hit rocks.
Well, you know when UFC fighters, when they go up and be like, Dana White, I want this and then
Yeah,
this. So, I don't know. I just think that's funny.
Well, I hope that after that fight, you know, they got to see that in their eyes. Yeah, I got a penalty. I got my head together. I took the hit. You know what I mean? And then I come and give you that highlight knockout reel. I hope, you know, Dana White's all about it for my future.
Were you upset when you got the foul though? I saw like your emotion on it.
I was, you know what I mean? It's a learning curve and it's a different sport, you know what I mean? And I don't knock the judges or anything like that. That's on me, you know, my mistake. I had to get it together right then.
Yeah, you seem very like, you know, owning up to it. Because some people would pull a LeBron and just be like, what?
Yeah,
and
so
I
crappy.
felt like, you know.
And that ties back into your other questions about getting prepped and ready. You know what I mean? You stand outside in front of that dummy or sparring with somebody and this and that for months and months and months. Then you go up there and you lift your foot on accident and it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're still getting rules changed and stuff like that. It's a learning curve for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You said how new it is. It's like there's fighters meetings, there's rules meetings, all kinds of stuff, you know, and that'll grow with the sport.
Yeah.
Everything's, you know, PowerSlap is
But
doing.
there's only
they're
one
doing amazing with
champion,
it.
and he's on the podcast.
Let's go, baby.
Now,
Future
bro.
lightweight champion of the world. We're gonna manifest.
So
it.
how's the weight class work? Obviously, it's the, you know, what's the weight classes?
Right. So I mean, they got your super heavyweight. They got your heavyweight, light heavyweight. So they've already got belts in all of this. That's why I'm so hungry. That's why I'm gung ho, because I want to be from Moncks Corner and make history in this sport, my guy.
You will, bro.
You know, and you got to talk like that, and you got to make it happen like that. So we did get into a sport early on where we get to make a statement and be in that first title fight or make history in this lightweight division.
Right. Do you feel like you have any sacrifices that you're needing to give up in order to pursue this new career?
Oh, absolutely.
This is out of nowhere, you know.
Absolutely.
So what
I
do
mean,
you feel like are some things you should give up?
I've been through a lot, you know what I'm saying, in my life, and not to, you know, digging into my own story too much, you know what I mean, but I've been in dark places and stuff. I had to give out people I've hung out with, you know. I've had to give up, you know, alcohol and things that'll give you problems, you know, in life, and stop like hurting myself over things that I've been through. You know what I mean? You gotta like dive yourself all the way into this sport if you're ever gonna make it to the top.
What's some suggestions or advice you would give anybody else who's maybe going into a new career path, or just even experiencing a life-changing event, like kind of like what you're doing, or career destiny, I could say?
I would tell them to, you know, talk about it until they think you're crazy. Believe it more than everyone standing next to you. You know what I mean? You've just got to, Dylan said it best, dude, you gotta eat, sleep, and breathe it, my guy, and that goes for anything in life, though. You know what I mean? I could come in here and I could just go on for hours about this and this story and what's happening and what we're doing with this, man.
Right.
And, you know, I'm gonna bring that to this lightweight division.
Right.
Watch. It's coming.
And I feel like once you, I mean, even, actually, I should just ask this. If you do get to the chance of being able to make the championship run and stuff like that, do you feel like you would have the, not nerves to just kind of control everything, but just like settle down more? Because,
yeah,
you know, that's a big,
I think once
did
like,
I word that right?
No, yeah, you absolutely did. And once I think things like settle a little bit, you know what I mean, some management, some help, some stuff like that, you know, we'll be able to dive more into the technical parts of this career in this life, you know what I mean, and I won't be so probably high strung about it, trying to divide my energy up, you know, to make this happen and this happen.
It's like
you
Jimmy
know?
Neutron, like you're hoarding all of their
It's such a big system, you know, and shout out to everybody that's got anything to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, and people that, you know, can stand next to you and know that you're not crazy and make you feel at home and make you feel like you know you're going. Yeah. That's the only way it happens.
Well, other than winning the championship and stuff like that, what do you see yourself in a couple years doing?
Man,
do you have any like future investments you would want to do or anything
absolutely,
like that?
You know, and I said I don't heart much on money, but there's a lot of good people that have helped me get to this point. Sometimes when I had nothing and this and that, and they know who they are. You know what I mean? So this dream belongs to way more people than that. You know what I mean? I can't wait to win that title and then take a check to the Ronald McDonald House I stayed in when I was homeless and my sister was dying, my guy. That's the kind of life I want. You know what I mean? You get your good-hearted people that make it other people, you know, get dreams off of it. Other people get good lives. You know what I mean? They're affected by that. You know what I mean? If you do it right.
Have you had any like, and I want to say fandom or anything like that, but obviously you're doing something that nobody's seen, and it's on front of center TV and stuff.
Right.
How you been managing like fans and stuff? Or I want to say like, I want to say like meat riders, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So I mean, you see how I talk and you see how I am. It was a very humbling moment and an amazing experience. I had a guy write me on Facebook, you know, and I don't think he expected me to write him back because it's a big deal for him, and I'm just like, yeah, man, what's up? What's going on, dude? And he, you know, real good dude, and he was the first person to approach me over. He's from Michigan, and he was the first person to ask me for like an autograph and all this stuff. So like, it's cool, man. It's changing. I don't know how to do a lot of the media stuff, so I'm working on that. Probably get me a manager and get it going, you know. Boy, you know, I've got a story to tell. We're out here, you know. So,
you know, what do you? I mean, other than like, you know, providing with money and stuff like that, what do you really want to do to give back to the community? Do you have anything in mind?
I want to use this opportunity to become the best version of myself, because if you can become the best version of yourself, you owe that to the world. You know what I mean? You don't be afraid to not let the world miss out on the good parts of you and the best of you, no matter what you've been through and what you're doing. You know what I mean? You don't have to be who you were yesterday. You could mess up tonight and still be a better human being tomorrow, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's what PowerSlap's doing for me in my life. It's saving my life at 31 years old. You know what I mean?
I just can't believe this is happening. I mean, of course I do interviews, you know, and I meet a lot of intelligent and very like-minded people, but I just can't believe just to meet you like this and see like your life just like spiral up like that, you know?
Absolutely.
Because I can feel the energy. Are you an energy type of person?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We've been radiating all morning, my guy.
So you believe in manifestation? Is this something, I know we talked about it probably before, but like, do you feel like this is something you manifested, something big coming in your life like
absolutely.
This?
Yeah. Absolutely.
How was it? What were you like? What did you notice? Like any signs? Like 444 angel numbers? And stuff, or like,
my angel number has always been 1111. But no, I mean, the two things that go on in life is that, you know, what God's got for you can't be stopped. What God's going to take from you can't be stopped. You know what I mean? So if you find your lane and your dream and all the glory goes to Him, dude, it's going to happen. It's going to find its way, and it's going to find the best way. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting here a humble dude attesting to it every chance I get. So I do want, you know, thank you for letting me, get some of the story out, you know?
Yeah, no, there's way more stories to be told too, because I feel like these podcasts is not easy, bro, especially when you're trying to really like grasp on what you want to say.
Absolutely.
And word it out right, you know? It's hard. So like, I don't know, do you want to be on Joe Rogan's podcast one day? Is that a goal for you, or you ever watch?
I want Joe Rogan to call you because I'm on your podcast, my boy.
No, but still, I feel like not trying to be weird or anything.
Yeah, I would love
it's closer for you because, you know, UFC's tied in with PowerSlap, so like they do all type of promotion stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
But do you watch podcasts or anything like that?
Oh, I love it. I'm all about it, you know, but to sit in here with you and see how it all works and stuff like that, man, there's telling stories is just a thing as people, you know, that we need to do, because some people can relate to this and that, and people need to hear this story, or they need to get this out there, you know. So I'm a big podcast fan. You know what I mean? Joe Rogan, Bussin' with the Boys, Taylor Lewan, all of them, you know. I would love to be on any of them
so
at any time.
How do you go about social media, period? Not just like the manager aspect, but just like, do you enjoy social media? Do you like going on Facebook and stuff like that? Or is it something you feel like that could not ruin your career, but just hold you back from training?
Yeah, I mean, that could be anybody, everyday life, you know, spending too much time on Facebook and this and that. But no, I use it primarily now to like shout out people, you know, like Tim that cut my hair last night for this podcast. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Y'all go see him down at Outlaw Barber. Yeah, Outlaw Barber in Goose Creek, my guy.
My boy Eddie, man, that's my dog.
And I'm just trying to use that platform to, you know, let people know, even I may be a mess up or I've made mistakes and this and that, but you don't have to be that. You know what I mean? You can be better, and you can do anything, and you can have dreams. You know what I mean? So I just want to use it to
change the world.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I could already
absolutely, dude.
What's something you would tell anybody out there who's trying to become a PowerSlap striker, or just and we can talk about that aspect. But what would you tell anybody who's trying to become a PowerSlap champion?
I would suggest starting off, you know, with some jiu-jitsu or some Muay Thai. You know, go get you a martial arts background and learn that chess game in your mind, in your body. Find your limitations You know, push yourself. Use your pain for not problems, but for, you know, manifestation of your future. You know, talk about it, speak about it, be on it. You know, like every day. Get psycho about it, dude. You know, I think even Kobe Bryant said, you know, R.I.P., that if they don't think you're crazy, you're not doing enough. You know what I mean? So go get your story. Go through your pain. Keep swinging and don't give up, dude.
Ever.
You could do anything.
And I don't think we've talked about it enough because my dog Frankie over here was asking questions before. Nothing funny, but you know, I wanted to ask, how did you ever get into PowerSlap? Like, how was it, like the process of it or anything like that? What was like?
So with it being so new and this and that, shout out to Paul Teague, a buddy of mine that was after my sister had passed and stuff. We were on the same Your Fight team. For a fight in Colombia, and 10 years later, you know what I mean, I'm watching it, he's on the first season. So shout out Paul, appreciate you, my guy. I sent him a text and he sent me a link, said tell him I sent you. Then I interviewed with them and Miss Erica, and they got it happening for me.
Were you nervous?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it like crying nervous or was it just happy nervous? Because, you know, for me, I cried tears of joy all the time and stuff, so I can imagine.
I think it was, I wouldn't say I cried or anything like that, but it was definitely a moment, you know, after I sent that email out and I got it back 2 days later and they were interested, and I was like, no way. Like, what? Yeah. And then life started to make sense. Then my pain started to make sense. And everything started to make sense. I'm like, oh, this is the picture that's being painted this whole time. Right. Okay.
So whenever you first got the whole thing kind of started and stuff, and then like whenever you were thinking, not just walking into the cage, but before the process, like I know I just can't grasp this whole thing. Like I just can't believe, I feel like I'm living your life for you doing this interview, because it's like, I don't know, I lost the question too.
We need it, man.
I'm just shocked. I'm just really shocked, bro.
Well, and that's what happens. That's what happens. And I mean, look at you. You've got it going on. This was a step for me, my guy. You deserve all that credit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just it. Being around people that are doing that, chasing their dreams. It's right now. It blows your mind because right now it's everyday people's turn to have their dreams. And through God, all of it's possible. I don't care what you've messed up or done. You know, you can be whatever you want to be, man. No. And when you are famous, you're famous right now, my guy.
We both are. No, we all.
You know what I mean? And you get, you know, and you get your blow up and this and that. Like it's how it affects the people around you and what you do with it and stuff like that. You know. Yeah. And we'll look back on this day and say, man, we thought about it on the front porch. Manifestation, my guy.
No, I agree. So what comes with the benefits of being part of PowerSlap?
The benefits of being part of PowerSlap.
And if we can't talk about it, I get it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, no.
Some people would want to.
I mean, of course it's for money.
Pay, like,
I mean, of course you're paid to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's. I think my biggest benefit from it is now I've got a chance to get a story out.
Yeah.
Being a super imperfect guy, but still loving my God, knowing you can mess up. You know, and maybe something in my story or something helps somebody else.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I've got a lot to talk about. I've got a lot to get out in the world, and I can't wait to do it. So I also appreciate you kicking it off, my guy.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean,
have you been to the Apex and all that stuff?
Oh my gosh, I love the Apex.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we get to go to the Apex. We get to train with all the same stuff. So like, we get all the perks of the UFC, you know what I mean? And then we just have a different career with the PowerSlap, you know what I mean?
Did they fly you out for your first
Oh, absolutely. They flew me out. They put us up in the Circa Hotel on Fremont Street, man. It's And coming from Moncks Corner, like, and living that lifestyle, it was just like, what? Made my head spin. My head still
Did you
spinning.
make you like kind of look at, I want to say celebrities, but just A-listers, B-listers, like just how fast their life is really going? I mean, you may not have thought of it in that moment, but did you ever think like, dang, this is what Jay-Z's living like?
Right.
You know?
No, it was 150% that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you go from being from like a quiet country town and being out there on that kind of stage, you know, with photo shoots and your oh God, what's the word for it? Well, just some of the elite training and stuff that you get to see, and some of the places you get to be, and the people you get to meet. I mean, heck, I was standing out in front of the Circa Hotel, and the Vampire Diary brothers, you know, just pulled up right in front of me. Got to meet them. That was really cool.
Are you a picture guy? Like, you kind of like taking pictures if you were to meet Drew Brees or something like that? Or you just like living in the
I'm not a lot like that. I think that was the only picture I got with most of like anybody famous out there, actually. I'm not a walk up and have to like be like, hey man, let me get a picture. That's not me.
You don't have anybody in that caliber though. Like I wouldn't do that just to anybody, but if it's Wiz Khalifa or something, I'm gonna definitely do it.
I mean, it would depend on what that person means to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I've got my favorite country artists. And I've got Cameron Marlowe's my favorite, man, hands down. He just played here. Yeah. Yeah. He just had his show here. No, I was busy. I had dinner that night, but dinner duties, bro.
No, he was probably in the back going, wow.
Yeah. I'm back chopping boards and stuff, bro. Just getting his hand ready, you know what I mean?
How do you go about that? Like, have you had...
Chop 7 concrete blocks a day, bro.
Don't get mad at me. I'm figuring. Have you had people like kind of not make fun of the career path? Because obviously, not trying to be. I'm not like a one who's saying someone's better than somebody else. Right. But you're obviously getting pretty far doing it. So what's the But have you had people any kind of like?
Oh, you absolutely got haters.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's like something you've heard? So and we don't.
People just like they just inbox me or something. They'll be like, "You're not an athlete," or "That's not a real sport." And I was like, "It's paying my bills, dude."
Bro.
How you paying yours? You know what I'm saying?
If you want any advice from me, don't reply.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I keep it classy, bro.
Yeah.
I don't give them any energy. They don't have any energy in this story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to try to make yourself a part of the story just by talking crap, then that's on you. But that's your character, not mine.
That's not a good story.
You know what I mean?
Do you believe in karma?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about this dream, man. I've had a lot of help. I've had a lot of people I've talked to in lives and stuff like this. This dream belongs to more than me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to do my best not to mess it up and go as far as I can with it.
I feel like the dream might be bigger than you at this point.
It is way bigger.
You know what I mean?
It is way bigger than me.
Got your brain going crazy and stuff. So, no, I feel like we covered a good bit. I'm just blessed to be able to finally meet you, man.
Same, dude.
Oh my gosh.
It's been an honor, my guy.
I'm just still fiberglassed because, like, we just met. Shout out to Mark Templeton. He came over here not too long ago and showed me a video of the guy leg shaking and everything. And it's an honor, man. Interview 104.
Appreciate it. Let's go. Future lightweight champion of the world, baby.
It's been beautiful. I can't believe this. And one, stay true to yourself. The only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else is going to do it. You got to get up every single day and you got to grind harder than you did yesterday, the day before that, the day before that. Yes, I'm out of breath because I'm still shocked. Life is unreal, bro.
It's a movie.
Do you believe in that, like, this whole thing that you're living right now is a movie?
Absolutely. Down to every single detail. It's a movie. Yeah. My life is a movie, my God.
It's insane, man.
Thanks for being here.
Is there anything else you want to say? Where can we find you on social media real quick?
So you can add my Facebook, Brenden Mahon, BrendenMahon, and then I've got TikTok. I'd have to pull up the name and find that. But you can add my Instagram and maybe we'll post it on there. But it'll be Brenden_Mayhem_Mahon. Y'all come follow your boy. Watch this dream happen, man.
Is that the nickname? Mayhem?
Mahon. Yes, sir.
Okay, I like that. I might have to call you Mayhem, bro.
Let's go.
That. All right, well, hey, man, thank you again.
Thanks for having me, my guy. I appreciate you.
I'm like processing more questions, but I'm like, I'm gonna make y'all wait because the next one is gonna be fire. And I think it's just gonna be beautiful. But real quick, yeah. Hey, don't get mad at me, anybody in video. How do you always be yourself when you wake up? I can't forget the last question.
I just thank God that I'm still waking up.
Yeah.
And go from there.
But how do you maintain to be yourself though when you wake up? Is this something you just kind of
I mean, my life.
You get a Red Bull or anything?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely drink coffee. I like a little coffee, but no, I just get up and I start trying to unravel, the processes of the day in my brain, and I start trying to figure out how to find the next way, the next step. What's next? This is all happening so fast, like you said. So let's try to be myself, make good choices, be better than I was yesterday. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's all you can do.
That's really all you can do. And just improve. Absolutely. Fail and then improve again. And
just never give up.
But hey, let's interview 104, Brenden Mahon. Let's go!
Let's go, baby.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Thank you guys. Peace.